where do you have NC State? Kind of give me the cliff notes here of where you've projected them.
This is going to be a fascinating year for NC State because I think that you could see this go one of two different ways, and it's going to really depend on what Brennan Armstrong, the Wolfpack, get. Because if they get the Brennan Armstrong that, was mind melded with Robert and I at Virginia and ran this really high-powered offense and was putting up billions of points and just made everybody look silly in the ACC, then NC State could be what we thought they were last year because everything went off the rails. I gave them the title Dave Doran's A Series of Unfortunate Events because it really was a tale of two seasons last year, right? Devin Leary, it's 5-1 in games that he started. He goes hurt. They finished 3-4, 19 points per game after Devin Leary goes down last year. The defense didn't step down. The defense really stepped up to the challenge and kept them in and was really the reason that they won 3 games down the stretch last year. But if they can get the Brennan Armstrong from pre-2022, right, the Robert and I, the air raid style, the slinging it all over the yard, Brennan Armstrong, the really exciting version, then this is going to be a really solid team that we need to watch out for and maybe think is a dark horse contender for the conference title. But if they get a version of Brennan Armstrong that's closer to what he put up last year, which was not pretty, it's going to be a really long year for the Wolfpack. It's going to be a little bit more of a down season for the Wolfpack. So replacing a lot of production on defense, obviously having to replace, a quarterback in Devin Leary that was just loved by everybody at NC State, loved by the coaching staff. But it's going to be really interesting. I think they've got some really interesting pieces. They've got a running back in Jordan Houston who they need to get going. They really need to get the running game going just in general. It was really, really bad throughout the whole season last year. The defense lost a lot of production, but they have a lot of guys that, if you remember to our previews last year, have played a lot of football for the Wolfpack. They were running really deep with depth last year. They dealt with injuries a couple years ago, and that's meaning that they're going to have a lot of guys that have played a lot over the course of their careers here. But really, it's going to boil down to, can Brennan Armstrong recapture that magic, and can they get some semblance of a running game going on offense? I trust the defense. I feel like I've been saying that a lot this episode. I trust the defense. I trust the coaching staff on that side of the ball. But if the offense can get going, that's going to really depend on, how high their ceiling actually is.
Yeah, if the quarterback is going to be good, it is a pretty big caveat. The problem for Brennan Armstrong is all of his numbers are massive. He's got 9,000 yards in his career. That's massive. 58 touchdowns, also massive. But 35 interceptions is also a pretty massive number.
He's going to sling it around.
and they, unlike previous teams, do catch a lot of these really good teams on the schedule. Notre Dame, Clemson, I think Duke, right? Miami, I think could be really good. So I think that they're going to catch too many good teams to where I don't know that you can believe in a quarterback who turns the ball over as much as I think he's going to this year.
I've got them at 8-4, 3 losses in conference play. I've got NC State losing to Notre Dame, Duke, Clemson, and North Carolina to end the regular season. They should have lost that game last year. They didn't. I think the ball bounces the other way.
Gracious him. How about that?